Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 109 of the hunt today. I'm so sorry that today is coming up a little bit later than the other hunts I do. I usually try to record these, get them edited, and get them set and ready to go before I have to leave for work for the day. Saturdays I usually work earlier, so it's a little bit more work, and I did not give myself enough time this morning to be able to get things recorded, edited, and ready to go. But we are going to dive right in. I mentioned yesterday when fighting Eucanlos that today I was going to be fighting a Cantor, and I don't know if it is because a Cantor is an easier fight or because I was more awake and aware filming this later in the afternoon instead of immediately after rolling out of bed pretty much at like 5 in the morning, but this fight went a lot smoother than Eucanlos did. And I was dreading this fight a lot more because I remember back when I played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, a Cantor was definitely the harder of the two, and I always looked forward to fighting Eucanlos more. The two hunts I did yesterday and today kind of flipped that on its head, whereas Eucanlos gave me a much harder time, and I absolutely loved doing the fight against a Cantor. For whatever reason, I felt like I was able to read his moves a lot better. I was able to respond more easily with the Greatsword Valor sheath, and take advantage of more openings. And just in general, you can see just by the length of the video, the hunt was a lot shorter. I still did a high rank version of the fight instead of a G rank version because, I'll be perfectly honest, both of these monsters hit just as hard as their G rank versions, and I wanted to make sure I was able to get it recorded and done and not have to, fail any quests before getting it ready. And I still come close to carding a couple times in this one, even though he does not manage to take me out like Eucanlos did, so I'll take that as a badge of honor. Talking about a Cantor himself, though, in terms of design, he looks like he crawled out of a late 80s metal album cover. He is 80% spikes by volume. He's got these big, black and red draconic turtle features, big giant tusks coming out of his head, lots of spikes coming off of his back, just like this metal fiery demon dragon turtle from hell aesthetic. And it is incredibly metal. It's incredibly cool. I still like the way Eucanlos looks better because of my own predilections, but a Cantor is cool. You cannot deny that a Cantor is a cool-looking monster. I think my favorite part of it, and I realized this when I was doing the fight today, his eyes. His eyes are this, really bright green. They're very small, and I think Eucanlos has the same bright green eyes as well. But, they blend in a little bit better with the white and the blue color palette of Eucanlos. But on a Cantor, these bright green pinpricks in a sea of red and black. It draws your attention really nice. It's a very, very striking color choice, and I love it. I love a nice, beautiful eye on a monster, and a Cantor's got some perfect peepers, if I do say so myself. Even cooler though is when a Cantor enrages. I'm pretty sure they change color and they start to glow like this orangey red. And any monster that has an eye color change or a change in the eyes when it gets angry is awesome. Shara Ishvalda has that thing where the eyes follow the camera. Nargacuga, when it gets angry, its eyes leave that red trailing after image. Those are A+ top tier design choices every single time. So in terms of just design aesthetics and looks, a Cantor is a 10 out of 10 monster in my book. No question. And a lot of what I talked about yesterday with Eucanlos' fight also applies to a Cantor. It falls victim to the same thing that a lot of big monsters in Monster Hunter fall victim to, which is it's hard to see what's going on. It's hard to tell, what moves the monster is doing. It's hard to tell, which specific attack the monster is rearing up for and stuff like that. Just because they take up so much of your screen that if you're targeting a specific point, any other part of its body is completely out of camera range, and you can't tell if any attacks are coming from it. I get bodied by a Cantor's tail a fair number of times throughout this hunt, just because I wasn't aware of when it was going to be coming in. But weirdly enough, I feel like, I don't know if a Cantor is a little bit like slimmer or a little bit smaller, or if this was just like a small sized one. I don't know if they are monsters that have size variants. I know some don't. But I felt like it was easier for me to read a Cantor's movements than it was Eucanlos. It did a lot more like exaggerated full body windups for its attacks rather than like single body part windups, which made it easier for me to recognize, okay, this is the big body slam. This is where it's going to be sending its tail around at me. It's gearing up for its double charge. It's doing the laser beam of just pure heat that I'm pretty sure would kill me if it got to me. Oh, it's about to burrow underground. Like, everything had a very easy read. It was really easy to tell what a Cantor was going to do, and that alone made the fight a lot more bearable and a lot more enjoyable. The one move that continuously caught me off guard throughout this hunt, though, is it had an attack chain where it would do a belly flop and like body slam on you, and sometimes that would be it. It would just do the body slam. Sometimes it would chain from that body slam a tail flap immediately after, and I never saw the combo tail flap coming. That hit me more times than I think any other attack in this hunt. And it's a fun mix-up, a fun shake-up, but it did have me going, oh, god damn it, more than any other move. But still, I think a Cantor is a very fun fight. I really like it. If you would have asked me before recording these two videos what order I would put them in, it would have been Eucanlos and a Cantor. Eucanlos first, a Cantor second. That's definitely flipped right now. I think I enjoy fighting a Cantor a lot more. Especially, I didn't talk about this when I was fighting Eucanlos yesterday, but I realized it a little earlier when I was fighting a Cantor. Eucanlos never stops screaming. It never stops roaring and staggering you and like causing like ice blocks to fall on you. And without earplugs on a set, that's annoying as hell. A Cantor does roar a lot and does scream a lot, but it seemed to happen a lot less frequently than it did with Eucanlos. And that alone makes for a much more enjoyable fight. Oh, okay, I talked a lot about this guy today. So let's get into whether or not I think it's going to come back. I am going to kind of repeat what I said about Eucanlos yesterday, without using the exact numbers, because I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what I said. I think it has a lower chance of coming back than a lot of other monsters, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it. I think it really needs its own instanced area, though. Like, I'm remembering back to the beta, and I'm trying to imagine a Cantor in an area the size of that desert area, where it could really only hang out in the dunes. I think like the ideal best case scenario for monsters this big is that they have their own instanced area that is about the size of like a Monster Hunter Rise map. Is that feasible? I don't know. Probably not. That's a lot of resource to commit to one monster. But I think it would be the best way to do these monsters justice. And I don't think they're going to do that for the base game of Wilds. They may do it in the expansion or in title updates like, Cul of Taroth got its own whole arena. Safi'jiiva got its own arena, but I don't know if they would do that for a non-siege based monster. So for a Cantor to come back in Wilds, I'm going to put it a very low, like 2 to 3 out of 10. And then to come back in a future game, I think a high, like 7 or 8 out of 10. And that is where I'm going to be wrapping up the ramble for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I apologize about the lateness of this video. Hopefully I will be able to get tomorrow's out, same bat time, same bat channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't, and until next time, I'll see you next time.